The humble filmmaker, out on his way to capture the world around him. He might seem pretty chill, but inside of him an emotional storm is raging, between the excitement of the epic B-roll he might capture and the deep dread of the creative struggle ahead. He's well aware that in his quest to create something worth watching, the location he lives can often feel mundane and boring. He can feel like he's already shot this before, or like somebody else can do it better than him. Inspiration can be limited, imposter syndrome is throbbing, and resistance is strong. However, there are certain things that make this filmmaker simply happier. They smoothen out his life, like small blessings placed along his path by the gods of creativity themselves. Fortunately, this filmmaker was disciplined enough to get up early today, early enough to catch the sunrise. At first, a burst of red appears above the horizon, and then the sun decides merely to tease the young filmmaker, revealing its orange glow only to vanish into the clouds a moment later.
Fuck's sake.
But still, he is being rewarded for his efforts. The tranquil morning still brought some soft light that flattered his subject, which, in this case, was his own face. There's nothing that makes a filmmaker more excited in the morning than a good sunrise. The young man finds himself in the busy streets of his city. Cars, pigeons, and super meerkats bring a sense of deep unease. How is he going to make anything interesting or beautiful out of this mess? That's until he stumbles into the park. Lush greens, light sparkling through the leaves, and fighting green parrot things. Shelter and creative nourishment, another blessing. He leaves the park with a feeling of contentment that he captured some birds in 120 frames per second, which is quickly accompanied by a feeling of shame that he doesn't have any friends. It's coffee time. He meets his girlfriend to drink a single origin flat white and share first world problems.
You seem upset, but what's wrong?
Oh, it's just, I hate it when these cafes don't use Oatly.
Oh, that must be so hard for you, baby.
Thanks, babe. Suddenly he realizes he has a real, beautiful, human subject right in front of him. Okay, babe, so I need you to stand there and be sexy but wholesome, okay? So, a little bit more sexy. Too much, a little bit more wholesome. Now a pinch more sexy. Perfect. After getting some dope shots with his girlfriend, he goes by himself to the studio. He's decided he wants to try out his new Sony a7S Mark III camera and Aperture 120D Mark II light to make a YouTube video about why gear isn't important. As he's making the video, he realizes another thing that brightens up his day is, in fact, the Aperture 120D Mark II itself. It also brightens up his shot, which helps. After playing with the positioning to get that sparkle in his eyes, he wants some color. And if the Aperture 120D Mark II brightens his day, then the Aperture MCs add some color into his life. Now, I know what you're thinking, and no, Aperture did not sponsor this video. But they did send Thomas these lights. That smug little bastard. He heads out into the late afternoon, and now that most of his work is done, he takes a moment to breathe, and realizes all of the beautiful things that were around him all along. Those details of life that are continuously happening while few of us ever notice them. Even the busy streets and the bustle of life take on a new light and perspective through the filmmaker's lens. That could be bullshit though, and it might just be that the sun is now low in the sky and it's golden hour again. He arrives home, and the final thing that brightens his day is the fact that he has a safe, constructive community space to post his video inside the Life Capture Academy Facebook group. The Life Capture Academy is an awesome online program that he's part of that teaches its members the A to Z of how to capture their lives and memories through cinematic filmmaking. In fact, he was filming his whole video today as part of the Week 6 Storytelling Challenge, and he can't wait to share it with the group. If you want a sneak peek of the Life Capture Academy program, then there is a link in the description of this video to a free 30-minute training where you're going to learn the 7 secrets to creating cinematic travel videos. Okay. Is that training actually worth it, or does it just sell your program? No. The training itself is great. Of course, at the end of the training, I do talk about the Life Capture Academy and if it's going to be right for you, and give an exclusive discount to those who watch it. But many members, in fact tons of members of that free training, have said it was insanely valuable and they were really grateful for that in itself. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. No worries. I mean, is that it? Yeah. Don't you want to grab a coffee sometime? Or? You should probably stop talking to yourself now. What?